Alright, you guys, and welcome to the first week of GAT 294. So, if you go to the course week by week, you go to week one right here, and you actually have a couple things. The class intro videos are the same videos that you will find the announcement right here. So, I want to make sure you're not missing those, okay? And then after that, you need to get into basically your first week and your second week of classic pixel art, okay? Because we're working by models pretty much. And the first model is the classic pixel art. The second model is seamless styling with decals and tiles. Third models will be the animation sprites in 2D. Then we're done for the 2D models. Then we have midterm and presentation. Then we go into the 3D models where we do modeling, texturing, and painting, and actually animation. Okay, you guys? The reason why we go through that is because by pretty much doing the classic pixel art, the seamless texturing, and the decals, you will get pretty much everything you need to actually do when you have to create the texture. Alright, so because that's what it is in 2D in reality. And the animation we do in 2D is the same rules pretty much, not as strict than the one in 3D, so you know how it works together. Remember that 2D and 3D always works together in video game art. Okay, so in week one, so I give you guys a little bit of time like that because we're just starting, okay? So in reality, your first module is week one, week two, that have to do with your project. And it's your project one that we'll talk in a separate videos. Alright, so you go to your project one right here, and it's to do a pixel art character, and I will talk about it in another video. So make sure you look at the video will be in the project, obviously. Now, actually, right here, you click on that, and you will see your lecture. Let's start. You open it up right here. Okay, so pixel art is the original art for video games. Everything that you see on the screen is made of pixels. Pixels are like cubism in painting, the little square. Very important to remember that on a computer, those pixels are actually square. All right. On a TV, they're not always square because they can be wide, and there's multiple formats. So really quickly, the format that you have are TV format, and in the TV you have NTNC, which is here in North American. All right, you guys, and that's 30 frames per second. Okay, and you have a European pound SECAM that are 25 frames per second. Movie are 24 frames per second, movie theaters, and video gameplay at 60 frames per second. So remember that, it's fairly important. You'll see that later on. Okay, so because the computer or not the machine that runs the video game art and then make the game, basically run the game, were not very powerful, and the media onto which you put it on was fairly small. They did classic pixel art. They had no other way than to do that. So the main things to remember is classic pixel art is the least possible amount of colors and pixels to represent what you need. It doesn't get deeper than that. So it is an art that is very, very small. So because of that, it requires a very, very contrasting color scheme. Make sure you look at the color comp lecture, okay, so you understand contrasting and so forth. All right, you guys. Now, that's one of the main thing, and because it is so small, details are hard to get. So you gotta get to the essence of your shape. All right. If you do a Benz car, you will make sure the Benz logo up front, or a Cadillac, you make sure the Cadillac logo up front is, visible so people can recognize it. You know what I'm saying? That's super, super important, you guys. Now, you basically draw pixel by pixel. All right, square by square, you draw your work. See you next one.